students had boycotted classes because of a problem we have with our CoA enrollment numbers. Today as well, we have come together and boycotting classes because of the same issue. To give you all a small brief about what is actually happening, that we want to
Hi, good afternoon. So currently we are speaking from the Goa College of Architecture. So as you already know, architecture is a professional course. So we have a professional body that handles the regulations and systems around it pan-India. So for law you have the Bar Council, for medicine you have the medical board. Like that we architects and architecture students have the CoA, that is the Council of Architecture. As soon as we join a professional college that is ours, we are supposed to be getting a CoA enrollment number. So that recognizes us as architecture students. So after we graduate, after a 5-year degree, we use that number, and later that would smoothen our process of getting an architectural license to further practice in the real world. Without this, it becomes an impediment or a hindrance for us to apply for our license to design buildings and get into the field later. So what is the issue currently at GCA? In the year 2019-2020, the government had increased our capacity from 40 students to 50 students. That is increasing it by 10 students. But this same wasn't conveyed to the CoA. So currently, we are a college that is recognized to have only 40 seats in each class. So that brings us under the impression that we don't have 10 extra students. So currently, we've come under this whole issue of 10 plus students in each class not having a CoA number. And this is a very strong issue because currently we have fifth years who would just be graduating in another few months. And when they step into the real world, they'll be just left hanging like that. So we are currently in the fear that all our students, so now that forms 20% of our college who don't have CoA numbers at all. And we being the only college in Goa, it's a big shame for us not to have this. And now looking into this, it's our administration's issue, and they need to be raising it up at the higher level. It is all doable. What we demand is that it should be fastened. And to be very honest, this should have been done in the year 2019 onwards, 2019-2020 batch onwards. So currently, we as students have come together and we've been trying to raise this issue to our administration for quite some time. We had spoken to them last Wednesday to get all the documents sorted, place it before us, have some transparency on how this is going to be taken up and above in the higher levels. So yes, we've been demanding for that.
CoA only has a few rules that we have to follow as when it comes to infrastructure and faculty requirements. The reason why they must be not sending our enrollment number is one, either our college has not followed up and spoken to the CoA about that our students have been increased from 40 to 50, or they have already followed up and the CoA is rejected because we are falling short on faculty as well as infrastructure. And so then apart from this, we would like to bring up a lot of other problems that have been going through in our college. When it comes to infrastructure, there's not been any basic amenities such as water and electricity for a continuous period of time in the last 5 years. Ever since I was there in first year, I'm a 5th year student right now. The basic providing of drinking water has not been available to students, as well as improper toilets for females. Now we had a social activist recently who came and spotted this issue in our college, and there was a small video put on media. As soon as that was out, then our administration has corrected this issue about the female toilets. Our male toilets are completely not usable, as well as there are plug points in every single class that have electricity surges, and students are getting a shock from touching these plug points. Other things, as now the CoA sends sends a few people to inspect our college every year. There have been 2 inspections in the last 5 years because we had COVID in between. Now these inspectors that came a week prior to this, only then there have been a few touch-ups like painting as well as electricity and water has been provided and repaired just before this inspections itself, and nothing has been working year-round. Other issues as we have a few years back, the administration has appointed a faculty who is mentally disabled, and she has been causing also a lot of problems in our college. So that issue we have continuously raised towards our administration, but nothing has been done so far. There have been students in debt for the last 5 years when it comes to reimbursements, when it comes to college events as well as class tours and other activities being done in our college. And the the fees that have been collected during COVID. There have been infrastructure fees as well, and when we were sitting at home, there's no infrastructure basically. So we were sitting at home, and we were being charged for using college infrastructure, as well as. So we are 250 students in our college. 50 plus students do not have the enrollment number.
So any plans to write to CoA something about
We are
this?
trying to write on through other means to the CoA, and our other well-wishers and our
Alumni from the college have been
helping us out.
But at the same time, the bottom line is it is our administration's duty to send in an official document from the college, which has not been done. We have we have people, well-wishers helping us from all over, but bottom line, it should go up from our college, and that is something we currently are protesting for.
We have just been getting verbal promises from our administration. We need written promises, and with their signature being given, and saying that this job will be done in so-and-so timeline. We have students passing out in March. If they don't get their enrollment number, they cannot apply for a license to get their registration number under the CoA, and they will not be able to practice. Our administration has even gone to the extent of saying that we can use other students and other alumni's numbers to practice instead of our own. And this cannot
And
be
that
done.
is completely illegal. We have an act under architecture regulation body that states that after we graduate, we all need to have our own architectural practicing number. So, for example, when we build a building, we sign over there because we are official architects. Now we have gotten this quote from one of the higher authorities in administration saying that it's fine if you don't have a number. Once you graduate, why don't you all use the number of an other architect? And that is highly unprofessional. That's actually against law. You can be jailed for things like that. So getting these statements from higher administrative people who hold those posts is very disheartening. And as students who are studying a professional degree, it's absolutely not taken, and we don't like things like this being told to us. Secondly, I would like to also bring to the notice that our work quality from the Goa College of Architecture is very good. We've had great architects pass out from here. Secondly, we have very good architects come in. So talking about the productivity of our college, it's very good. And it's our students who stick by through all this every day and still put out their best work. So again, it's the students who put in their 100%, but here we are calling out for administrative duties to be executed well.
Okay, so what will be your policy?
Purely the administration's fault and not the CoA. The CoA has been doing their job consistently, all properly as per their rules and regulations. Our administration has to follow up and take their job seriously, because this has not been done the past 5 years. We as 50th year students and as well as the whole college together, we are facing this problem of not being enrolled in the CoA.
So is there any response from your
20%,
principal?
so can we know
Is there
the-
any response from your
So we approached the principal on Wednesday and we demanded him a few documents. When we gave him a deadline on Monday. Now the Monday deadline, which is yesterday, he showed up. We gave him a Monday deadline at 3 o'clock. No documents were provided as to, no data was given as to what is the list being sent and whether any follow-ups have been done on that. There's no data being provided to us whatsoever. And so we gave him a deadline, extension of the deadline till today, 12 o'clock. Again, as you can see, he has not shown up to college and nothing has been done. Examination fees were collected much in advance through examination, which is supposed to be collected just before examination. It was collected at the start of the year during admissions. This is all we have to say about it. So since the deadline is not met, we would like further pressure by we will be going to higher authorities and asking them, such as the DT and there's the CM as well. We will be going to them and asking them why these works are not being done. Maybe to apply pressure on our administration to send some letters or some approvals from the CoA so that we can get these numbers done, because this is our number one priority, is the CoA enrollment numbers to get for all students in our college. That is our number one priority itself. Then the other issues can be faced as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.